Good morning, everybody. Happy New Year. Can you believe it's 2022? Okay, I just popped up on my laptop, so let me go over there and get it open so I can see when comments are made and all. Yes, it's 2022. I don't know about you, but it takes me 3 or 4 months to get used to the year change. So, hi, Barb. For the longest time at the beginning of 2021, I was writing 2020. Now I'll be writing 2021 when I should be writing 2022. It's like I have to put a post-it note. 2022 is everywhere because that's what I forget all the time. I have the big task, hey Kay, of taking down all of my Christmas stuff. I started last night and I took some things down. So today I'm going to work on the outside. Ooh, I'm in North Carolina too, Kay. Where are you? I'm in New Bern. Oh, thanks for sharing, Kay. I appreciate that. I have my trees up. I took all the ornaments off of one tree and packed them up. I have the little pencil tree. I'm not taking down the trees. Oh, well, you're 2 hours away from me. Not bad, not bad. So both of my trees have a section where, because they're pre-lit, where the lights aren't lighting up, and it's a problem to find it. I've had both of them for many, many years. So once I take them down, I'm gonna, I think, take them to the dump, and I'm looking for new trees now because I don't want to look for them next year, and see if I can't catch some sales. I'm having a hard time finding a pencil tree. The bottom of my pencil tree is tiny. It's only about 12 inches because it goes in a corner. So I'm hoping I can find one. If not, I may have to change where I put it and make it just a little bit bigger, but I'll keep looking and see what happens. I am not excited about doing all that. That's why I kind of do it a little bit at a time, and it's like, okay, time to get it down. The outside is the key piece because it's all Christmas, and I need to take that down and put up my snow stuff. I know it's crazy to put up snow stuff in North Carolina because we hardly ever get snow. The weather here has been in the 70s all week, and one day it was close to 80. Hey, Janice, good morning. And so, but it's going to drop, I think, tomorrow, because next week it's not going to be it's going to be like 45. So we're going from 80 to 45. Whoa. I have some new things that I've played with. Today's card doesn't have anything new. It's stamps, paper, and ink. And it's something that I do for beginning stampers so that they have some ideas of how to use some stamps with just stamps, paper, and ink. You, on the other hand, if you have more supplies, you can very easily adapt it and make it your own so that you take and can use your die cuts or punches and all, because the one that I'm doing today, I fussy cut the flowers, but there is a die for it. So if you have the die and all, you can use that, and that would be, you know, another way to use it. But it's a clean and simple card. I'm trying to show more clean and simple cards. Things are going to settle down now that the holidays are over, and some of us will have a little bit more time, but some people just like the clean and simple, especially if you only have a limited amount of time. If you work and the only crafting you do is in the evening, you don't necessarily want to spend, you know, all evening or 2 or 3 nights making one card because it's so detailed and involved. So I make sure I do some clean and simple ideas on Saturdays because, like I said, I want you to see that even if you're a beginning stamper, you can still make great cards. I hope you all have your favorite beverage and you're ready to sit back and relax and enjoy, because I have a card to share with you and I'm going to get started. So I'm going to take one more sip of my tea, which will be cold when we're done, and I just reheat it. And I'm going to put it way over here because I have been known to turn things over and I don't want to chance it. Now, if you're the type of person who gets sick or dizzy, it's time to close your eyes because I'm going to flip this down. So close your eyes and I'll let you know when it's okay, when I've stopped fiddling with it. I have a pretty good system now that goes pretty quick, but it's the adjusting that can be a, ooh, oh my gosh, I cannot believe it. I don't know. I flipped that down and it was straight and everything. Let's see. I adjusted it a little. Okay, if you want to open your eyes, you can. Oop, I went the wrong way. I never know which way to go with this. So, oh, a little too far. Let's see what that does. That one may not have moved it. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Not bad, not bad. All right, so this is the card we're going to make. And this was a design I saw in a Facebook group, and I loved the idea, so I just kind of modified it a little bit and made it my own. The person who did it is not a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and doesn't use Stampin' Up! Stuff. So I modified it using our stuff. She had created a panel here, I believe. So if you have, if you're into watercolor, thanks Kay, if you're into watercolor or creating your own background, so to speak, you can make your own paper. That's a way to kind of step it up, but I chose this paper that I have, and it's the Sweet Symmetry paper. And when I picked it, I don't have the set that goes with this. So what I did was I went looking at my set because I needed 3 small images here, and I saw the In Bloom one, and this little flower was perfect. So you need something kind of small, but you could do greens and put leaves here if you have die cuts. And this does have a die cut, but I didn't use it because I wanted to show you, you don't have to have it. And then she had done, it was script like this, but she had embossed it. And again, if you're a beginning stamper, you may not have all those supplies. So I pulled out my Very Versailles, and it has this image that I love. I have a feeling this one's going to retire. And between these 2 images, I have loved this stamp set. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to move this to the side so that it's still in the camera. And I'm going to show you some tips for fussy cutting too. All right, I'm going to grab a piece of scrap paper to put down here because I'm going to be stamping my image down the side. Now, as a hint, when you put this on your block, put your block down straight on your grid and then use one of the lines of text. I don't know what it says. I think it's in a foreign language, and line that up with one of your grid lines. Hey, Linda. And that way you know that your stamp is on straight. Now the key here is stamping it straight. I have been known to mess that up. Hey, Carol, Happy New Year to you too. All right, so I'm going to ink that up. And then this was too dark for me. So I'm going to off stamp it. Plus it also lets me know if my stamp is right side up or not. So I'm going to try doing this sideways because that's usually how I do it. And I'm going to take the top edge of this, and I know it's not exactly perfectly straight. So I'm going to stamp it and hope it's straight. Woohoo, it is. All right. And now it doesn't go all the way down, so I have to ink it up. And it's okay that it doesn't go all the way up there. I probably should have gone higher. So I'm gonna, with this one, I'm gonna take this line and move this piece up some. And it may overlap, but that's okay. And I've got that. And then this is where I always get it a little crooked. I'm gonna try and see if I can stick another piece up here. Yeah, I did. So that it goes all the way up. And it doesn't matter if it's different. Hey, Renee. If it's different I guess, depth of color. All right, I don't need my scrap paper anymore. I'm putting this on a piece of smoky slate. All my dimensions will be posted along with a picture of the card after the video, after my Facebook Live is over, my video. Okay, why are you not turning? Okay, there it goes. But this is just like 1/8 of an inch bigger than this piece. I sometimes cut my white piece first because that's the image, the size that I want. And then I just cut my backing the same size and then cut this one down 1/8 of an inch. So there's that layer. And I'm going to put it on a card that is also white. And I'm going to show you a tip that I learned from my fellow girlfriend demo. If you don't want to score your paper or can't score it, cut it in half. Use your fingernails and push that top sheet against your fingernails. Hold it in place and then push down. And then use your bone folder for a crisp fold. Sometimes, if you don't score it just right, your sides don't match up. I usually, if that happens and it's a little bit shorter, I put that in the back. All right, this is going to go on. So there's a way to hide your mistakes. I do it all the time. Okay. All right, and I'm going to put this in here. I left a larger border than normal. I'm kind of liking the larger border all the way around with it. So there's that. Now we need to do our panel, and I did the same thing. I cut this the size I wanted, but I knew it needed a backing for some support. So I then cut this piece to the size and cut this one down. If you know what colors you're going to use, you can kind of do it. I didn't. I was kind of playing. And again, there's like 1/8 of an inch border all the way around. All right, so I've got that there. And then this is up on dimensionals. And I know it's going to use a lot of dimensionals. I need to get back to using my fun foam, but I keep forgetting to cut it. All right, and let me cut another strip. Hey, Betty Ann. Better late than never. I cut my dimensionals in half. I know a lot of people don't. They wonder why. Well, if you stop and think about it, if you used a full dimensional, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've used 1, 2, 3, 4. So it just kind of extends your dimensionals a little bit. I look for ways to extend my supplies so that I can spend my money in other places. And this is one of the ways I figure I can do it. And I kind of like the smaller size also, especially for something like this. I got a backing stuck to me. Do you guys find these things all over the place? Oh my gosh, my craft room is upstairs above my garage in a room. It's called a frog down here. I find these things downstairs. Don't ask me how they get downstairs, but they do. I don't know if they end up on my clothes and I miss them. Now, when you put this on, you don't want to center it. You want to have a little bit more of the white space showing this way, this on the right side. But I am centering it top and bottom. So just give you a little bit more room. And it's not a whole lot of a difference. All right, now, I promised you I would show you 2 ways for fussy cutting. So I'm going to do that now. All right. I'm going to take my stamp, and this is Pacific Point, and I'm going to stamp it on here. This one is really good. I've used it apparently a lot because I get a nice crisp image, and some of it may be that my pad is really juicy too. I've been working on re-inking my pads I try and remember to use key points in the year, and the new year is one when I have to go through and I take all my pads, and I do it by colors because squeezing those little bottles is hard. I re-ink all my pads, and then when I do it, all right, I'm going to show you something. You re-ink here. When you close this, all your ink is still here on the top. So after I re-ink it, I turn it upside down so that ink goes to the bottom of the pad. By flipping it upside down like this, there's your top, but your ink is all going to go to the bottom of the pad. So that's a little hint for you. And when I get new pads, that's how I store them, upside down, because they're so juicy. And everybody says, well, just scrape the ink. No, that's wasting ink. I don't waste ink. I don't waste my supplies. All right, so to fussy cut, you take your image and you hold your, whatever hand you use your scissors in. I'm right-handed, so I keep my right hand straight, and I turn my paper and follow the outline of the image. But if that is a pain to you, the other thing you can do, and I do this a lot with flowers, is I don't go down. I follow the outside and I cut all of them like so, so that my outsides are all cut. And then I go back in and I can then very easily cut out that little piece that's left. So there's two ways to do it. This is my preferred way because, especially for smaller images, it's just easier. And through the magic of video, I have my other two already cut and ready to go. I'm putting these on with dimensionals. I love my dimensionals and I use them a lot. Oh, I want to use these up first. I think it adds interest to your card. Even as a beginner stamper, you know, there are certain adhesives that I think are important. Dimensionals, glue dots, double-sided tape. I don't have it over here. Liquid glue. I put mine in a little bottle with a needle nose tip, and then a tape runner of some kind. Those are key, in my estimation, that every stamper should have. Did that come off? No. And then after that, you will have everything you need. Now, I know some people like to use just the liquid glue. It just depends on what you prefer. I tend to like the tape runners because it's faster and easier. And I will tell you, when we had the snail, I did not use the snail because the things fell apart in my house. I've been using this for several months now, and none of my cards have fallen apart. So this is good stuff. But I will also tell you, I think it's the same kind of tape that's on this. When I'm doing my personal crafting, I use this. I love this, and I get the refills for mine. I make sure I get the the ones they use for picture framing, because this is what they use when they frame your pictures professionally. They run this around the side to put that brown paper on the back. That stuff's not letting loose, and I've never had anything fall apart with this. So this is my favorite one. All right, now when we put these on, I don't want to put them on top because that's too high. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set my flower beside it, and then I'm going to push it up against till that dimensional hits the paper there, and then push it down. Oops. So I just kind of set it there and then push it, and when it hits and stops, that's how I stop. And then, you know me, I have to have my bling. oh my gosh, I gotta have bling. So I pulled out my rhinestones. These flowers needed anything on here anyway. They were so plain with nothing in the center. It just didn't look like a flower. So add a little bling and you're set to go. All right, and there it is. A quick and easy, clean and simple card. And it can be done with any paper. You can emboss the background here. You could even use, where's my stamp set? I used this, but you could use the vine coming down the side. Lots of different options. So look at your stamp sets. I'm trying to see. If you have, I've got some sitting here. Nature's Harvest. This one, you could stamp on the side and use some pattern paper. Oh, thanks, Betty Ann. Thanks, Linda. I love the hearts. You can also use, this is one of my favorite images, and I'm so glad this carried over. This image could be stamped down the side. You could do splatters down the side. Which one has the big splatters? There's a couple of stamp sets that I've used. I can't remember which one it is. Thanks, Renee. You can even take and use a pattern paper that's like squares, diamonds, that kind of thing, and take and stamp an image down the side. So there's lots of options. Thanks, Janice, for using this card. And like I said, then just find 3 little images to go with it. I just kind of looked at my stamp sets to see, because like I said, I didn't have this one. And that was it. Quick and easy. Great way. And if you know you need a bunch of these, you could even do, this just occurred to me, you could take the word thanks and stamp thanks over and over down the side, add a piece of pattern paper and an image here. Oh, the rainbow stuff. Yeah, that would be cute, doing a rainbow down the side. And have a thank you card. Thanks, Barb. So if you have, like, you need a bunch of, say, thank you cards, there's a perfect thing to do. And you just use it over and over again. And, it's okay if it's not straight, if it's not, if it's a little crooked. It's a handmade card. Yeah, the artistic one would work too. Artistically inked. Oh, that's that piece on that watercolory thing. So there's lots of ideas. If you guys do this with one of the ideas we've talked about, make sure you share it so other people can see. And if you've got crafty friends, let them know to come on Saturday mornings and see a fun card. They're usually clean and simple. And like I said, I try to give ideas to give you some other options. So I'm going to get ready and flip this up. So if you get dizzy, close your eyes. Sometimes I try to close or put my hand over the camera, but I can't always do it. There we go. I'm back. I'm going to grab my tea and I'm straight up. So, all right. Oh, you're welcome, Linda. Thank you. So there it is. Like I said, I think I'm going to use that thanks idea because I really, that just occurred to me and it was like, oh, I have to do a thank you card for a blog hop later this week, later this month. I think I'm going to do that one. So be looking for that one on my blog. And now I have to say goodbye so that I can get outside and take down my stuff outside. I don't know if it's supposed to be showers off and on, so I really kind of want to get it down while it's not raining. And maybe I can get my winter stuff up. It doesn't take me long to take it down and get the other stuff up. It's just something I don't like to do. So I usually try and procrastinate, but not good. All right, guys, I'm so glad you came in and joined me today. I hope I've inspired you and that you will give this card a try. Monday night, mystery stamping, don't miss. I'm going to post all the information later today on it so that we can do a card together. Hi, Carol. So make sure you come back Monday night, 7:30, and let's do some mystery stamping. Have a great weekend, guys. Take some time to be crafty. Bye.